Hello my loves, and welcome back to another video here on this channel. Today is a scorcher of a day, as you can probably tell, so if you see beads of sweat rolling off my face, you know why. We're all struggling. My cat's struggling. She is hiding in the shade by my feet as we speak. But yes, it's a lovely day, but we're not going to let anything stop us filming this video today because it is a fun one. I'm going to be showing you my new in fabric pieces that I have purchased over the last sort of 6 months or so. I haven't been sewing as much in the last few months, and I'm going to be doing a catch-up video next week as to why that is, what's been happening in the last few months, and the direction of which my sewing is going to be progressing into. So watch out for that video, and if you're not subscribed then do subscribe and hit the bell. But yes, I don't like calling these hauls because I am 100% a victim of overconsumption, and I have been trying to get better and better at this every single year. And if you've watched my Make 9 videos in the past, I'll link them down in the description box if you want to watch those. But I have been making more conscious efforts to reduce my consumption and make more meaningful and intentional purchases. So everything here are things that I've really thought out as to what I want to make with them, and what kind of things suit my personal style, and that sort of journey that I've been on as well. So yeah, I don't like calling them hauls, but we do have some really lovely pieces that I have bought over the last few months, and I would love to share them with you. So without further ado, let's get on into the video. Now, this first piece of fabric is a very small amount, so I've only ordered ½ metre of this, and I believe I got this from Hobbycraft. Again, I will link everything down below if I can find them, or where I got them from, or something similar if I can't find them. But there's something about this colour that I just absolutely love. I think I've been learning a little bit more how to be a little bit more in touch with sort of my colour palette that suits my skin tone. I would love to do a colour analysis because I think that would really help me in my personal style so much. But I feel these warmer tones really brings out the warmth in my face. I think sometimes if things are a bit more on the grey side, it can kind of drain my soul from my being. So when I saw this, I just thought this would be absolutely perfect. It's a lovely neutral sort of colour as well, almost like a brown tan double gauze fabric. And I just thought this would be brilliant as almost a sleeveless style top. I do want to create almost like a ruffle sleeve effect here, and kind of a overlapping sort of collarless collar, if that makes sense, and maybe even do a peplum style bottom because I feel that accentuates my waist and my hips a little bit more as well. So yeah, let me know if there's any sewing patterns that you think this might look nice in, but there is only ½ metre here, so it would have to be quite it would probably have to be a sleeveless top or a crop top or something along those lines. I do feel cropped tops are kind of suiting my body shape. It's not something I really thought about before, but where my tops end and my trousers start, I'm starting to pay attention a little bit more to how that looks and how it enhances my body shape. So yeah, I thought this would be perfect for any season really, but even really nice for summer because it's quite a nice thinnish material, but it's not sheer. It's not sheer at all. I mean, you might be able to see some shadow there from the sun, but it's a very bright day today. So yeah, really, really lovely double gauze fabric there. I must say I don't think I've made anything with double gauze fabric. So this will be fun. I think it will be quite a straightforward material to sew with, a little bit like cotton. I would probably say, I would imagine it to be somewhere in between sewing cotton and viscose. So yeah, if you guys have sewn a lot with this material, then I would love to know what your thoughts are on it. But yeah, a really, really lovely colour, lovely fabric, and a colour that I think I will wear time and time again. So yeah, really happy with that purchase. My next fabric find which I don't think I got that at the similar time as the other one. I think this I found on sale actually at Hobbycraft. So this should still be available. I'll link it down below if I can find it. But again, a double gauze fabric, but gosh, look at this colour. You're noticing a theme already. This blue, I have only recently established blue as my sort of colour. I do think it depends on the tone of blue. But again, I don't find this is a cool toned blue. I feel like if anything, if possible, this is more of a warmer or neutral toned blue. I do think it comes up quite accurately actually in terms of colour on the monitor there, but I've got this in quite a lot. I think this must be about 2 or 3 meters. I do need to double check. But if you have seen my free sewing pattern video that went up a couple of weeks ago, there was a dress on there that was made from double gauze. I'll put a picture up, but yeah, watch the video because there are so many good free sewing patterns on that video. But they had a really lovely long sleeved, sort of balloon styled, buttoned up tie dress. My gosh, if I could sum that up in one word. And I really would love to make this from this. I just need to make sure I've got enough meterage. If not, I'm sure we can make a shorter version or ones with a sleeveless version. But yeah, oh my gosh, how gorgeous is this colour? I am veering more recently to more simple colours rather than loud eccentric patterns. Not that I don't like them, but I just feel that the pieces in my wardrobe that have stood the test of time have been more simple fabrics, but maybe have a nice intricate tailoring or just more flattering in terms of shape. The other thing that I could make with this is a tiered midi or maxi skirt, because that's been on my list for a while, although I did kind of want to make it in white as my initial plan. But this is also a really gorgeous colour. I just don't know if it was a skirt, if I would be able to match it with as many tops. But again, it's really nice, lightweight and not sheer. Obviously just has a bit of shadow from the bright sunlight. But yeah, I saw this colour and just fell in love, and I'm so excited to make something with this. But it has become one of those fabrics I'm a little bit scared to cut into, to be honest, because I don't know if this is available anymore. I will double check, but this is something I need to get over. I've spoken about this in my previous videos. If you've been around for a while, you will know that I am pushing through that fear. Because, you know, otherwise you'll just never use it. It will stay in the cupboard and it will not be loved and used if it were made into a lovely garment. So that's my second fabric purchase. Now this next one is definitely probably more of an autumnal slash winter piece, although saying that, you could probably use it as a little something to pop over the top during the spring and summer months as well. But I actually got this so that I could make my cousin's son a little gilet, and I thought it would just look so cute. And it's in this lovely I want to say Borg Sherpa, not sure what the difference is, but it's not that super soft fluffy. It's more like the bobbly sheepskinny effect. And I'll put a picture up of kind of the vibe that I'm after, but I could probably self-draft this. I don't think I would need a sewing pattern for it. But I thought it'd just look really sweet, and with almost sort of a faux leather bias binding around the edge, I think this would look so cute. And it's one of those things that he'll probably be able to wear as he gets older because it's not too form-fitting. So yeah, I just thought this was a really lovely quality. I'm trying to think where I got this from. I think this was a remnant from Hobbycraft, so just a small amount anyway. But yeah, really love this. Thought it was just really nice, and it's quite soft, it's not rough feeling, so yeah, perfect. Really happy with that purchase. And yeah, it's quite unfortunate because Hobbycraft now don't do 1/4 meter, which sometimes if you're making things for children, the small amounts can be quite useful. So yeah, unless it's a remnant, you can't get it for less than 1/2 meter cost. So yeah, that was quite a bargain actually. So yeah, really happy I got my hands on that one. Now this next piece is really lovely quality, again from Hobbycraft, this one. And actually on that subject, while we're talking about Hobbycraft, two of my most shopped fabric stores have closed down since COVID, and it has really made me quite sad because I really do struggle to buy things online in terms of fabrics, because I do like to touch and feel the fabric, which obviously is just not possible online. So where I can go into store and sort of touch and feel a fabric, I would 100% prefer to do that, but that also does limit the options, especially if you're not in a city. So yeah, that can be quite tricky. So I probably would say Hobbycraft has been my more go-to fabric store of choice. We have a couple little independents as well near us, but yeah, just in terms of what they have to offer, I do prefer what they have at Hobbycraft. So yeah, just a bit of a divergence there on topic, but I do think it's important to consider. But yeah, let me know where you guys like to get your fabrics from, whether you do order online, if maybe you look for online shops that offer swatches and that sort of thing. So yeah, just let me know what you prefer to do, because I am still on that journey, I think, with trying to find fabrics that I like. So yeah. But yeah, anyway, this one is from Hobbycraft and it's a really gorgeous quality jersey fabric. Let me find the end. This is from Tilly and the Buttons range at Hobbycraft, and I believe this was on clearance at the time. I will see if it's still available, but it's a lovely soft fabric. And what I like about it is on the other reverse side, it's not just plain white, it's actually the same blue as the other side, which I feel gives it a much more polished finish, and it just seems a little less cheap. And it also means that when you do stretch the fabric, you don't see the white coming through, which I think is really important. But there's just this weight and softness to this jersey that I needed it. I'm still in two minds whether I make this for my cousin's son, like make a little t-shirt or something, or whether I just make a t-shirt for me, because I do really like this fabric and I wish I could find this quality in a white, because I do need a white t-shirt. I do want it as a very specific length, a very specific sleeve length and neckline. So I don't know. What do you think about this as a top? Is it a bit out there? I think it could work. But yeah, let me know. I think this would probably look nice with like a butterfly style sleeve, so that could be an option. But I do kind of like having sort of throw on t-shirts that I can just pop on with jeans. I think this could be quite a nice one to make. So yeah, let me know what you guys would make with this as well, because I would be very interested to know. Now, going back to the gauze, of course, I did also pick up I want to say beige, stone, ivory, who knows, but kind of a more nude coloured double gauze. And again, I think I've got this in 1 metre. It's not a huge amount, but again, I do like this colour. It could be pulling a little bit grey, but when I do hold it up to my skin tone, I do think it is still quite flattering. So yeah, would also really love to make something with this. Probably a top. I could make a little rah-rah skirt with this, could be quite cute as well, more like a mini skirt. I don't know if I'm reaching for mini skirts as much nowadays, but I mean, it's still an option. But yeah, let me know. I'm still very in the early days of experimenting with styles with double gauze fabric, so do let me know if you guys have any favourite makes that you have done with double gauze, or any ideas that you think might work well with these colours. So yeah, really lovely find as well. Now, this next piece is not quite a fabric purchase, but I did thrift this and I really love it. I think it is actually supposed to be a neck curtain, but I found this chiffon-y yellow gingham number and I just fell in love with it. It probably will need lining, but I think for spring summer, I think this is just absolutely gorgeous. I've got a sewing pattern here that I was thinking of making it with. And this is also a free sewing pattern from one of my videos. I will link that down below. But it's the Gina puffed sleeve top, which I've printed out and put in a little envelope. But yeah, I thought this with maybe a shirred bodice. This is just as a panel, but if I did this as a shirred style with a puffed sleeve and the gathered waist here, I think this could look really cute. And obviously we would probably have to line the bodice part, but actually leaving the sleeves as a sheer, I think this would look so lovely. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with this find. I do love a gingham, and I find gingham fabric costs so much more exponentially compared to other fabrics, which I think is just crazy. And it's a shame. So if I find any nice gingham bits, I always do pick it up, even if it's not directly fabric pieces, just bits that I've thrifted. So that's that. And the last one is for my cousin's son as well. I saw this and just thought it was really cute. I've seen people have these alphabet tapestries, which they can be quite pricey, but then I came across this fabric, which is technically a fat quarter, but how fun is this? It has A to Z on it, but it's got the corresponding pictures. You've got W for wellies, D for daisy, is that daisy? Daffodil. And yeah, it's just really fun and colourful. I'm not sure what I want to make with it yet. Part of me was kind of thinking to cut the A to Z out and kind of frame it, because I think this in child's room would be so cute. But I thought maybe he would appreciate, because he's a bit older, I think he's maybe coming up to 2, maybe he would appreciate this in like a pillowcase that has like a little pocket in it where he can like pop, I don't know, a book in there, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this really, but I just thought this would be really sweet for a child. So again, just let me know if you have any ideas of what I could make with this, because I do think it's a fabulous design. And yeah. Now in terms of sewing pattern, I came across, I thrifted this, but it is new, it's still factory folded. It's a Simplicity K8137, and this is what it looks like. It has a really lovely range of wrap tops and wrap dresses, which I've been really into recently. I just feel that it's very accentuating in terms of the waist and creates enough coverage really for the bust area, and it's just one of those really flouncy feminine designs as well, which I think is just really fun. Oh, that's something I didn't know. You can actually make the pants as well. You've also got the trousers here, because if you have a look at the back, you've got the dress, you've got the dress, you've got the short sleeve dress, you've got the trousers, and the little peplum top as well, which I think is great. But if you have a look at the photo, it's just got a really nice sort of gathering detail around here, which I think is just so flattering. So yeah, I'm really happy with that find, and I think I will get a lot of use out of this, because again, you can make maxi length, midi length. I think this is a really nice design for a holiday. I think this is a really nice for a work top. I think that's really nice for a day dress. I just really think it's a good mixture of everything in that one. So really happy with that find too. So my loves, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I will be uploading another video very soon, and it will be a genuine heart-to-heart about where I am in my sewing journey, in terms of my fashion journey, in terms of my style journey. So yeah, look out for that. I'd be really interested to see what your thoughts are, because we do touch into overconsumption and stuff like that. So it could be my age, but I'm kind of at that point in my life where I'm really looking at things quite deeply in my world. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you in that video, but until then, do check out my other videos. I'll pop the playlist for all my other little fabric hauls and free sewing patterns down below if you want to catch up on those. And yeah, I'll see you in our next video. Bye guys.